Crayon. Everything my experience of forecasting the future and understanding symbols has revealed to me, I will make plain to you. You wish to know what is happening? You wish to know why countless people are dying? Listen carefully, and then do what needs to be done. Listen, Crayon. I was sitting in my usual seat, a place where I can hear the singing and the secret language of the birds and understand their meaning. They were all a chatter as is their habit, when suddenly I heard, quite unexpectedly, a terrible new sound, like shrieking or cries of anguish, hysterical twittering and whistling, like the babble of a barbaric language, only capable of expressing hatred or pain. By that, and the wild beating of the wings, I knew the birds were at war. Such sounds could mean nothing else. I could well imagine the blood-stained beaks and dripping claws, and that thought disturbed me deeply. This city is riven by plague, with bodies on every corner. Bodies accumulate almost faster than we can count them, faster than we can bury them. Nobody knows the cause, so they come to me, Teiresias, for answers. Teiresias, the seer. Ironic my title, since I cannot see. No, I cannot see, since I am blind. If I wish to see, I must listen. Listen with the whole of my being. Listen to the wind, to the rustle of leaves on the trees. Listen to the grain in the field, to the words of the birds fighting for food, of the dogs and of cats and of rats, the susurrations of the smoke, and the touch of the entrails spread on the altar, told over by the boy who will stand at my side. If I wish to see, I must listen. Listen with the whole of my being. I went at once to my altar to see what I could learn from the sacrifice by fire, but nothing would burn. A filthy liquid ran from the flesh and dropped onto the ashes. Then the gallbladder burst, spurting stinking acid across the meat, and all the fat melted and was rendered down to the bone, and the bone was left bare. I saw all this in my mind's eye. Or my boy saw it. He sees for me what my eyes cannot see, just as I see things to which other people are blind. I staggered away to breathe clean air, coughing and choking, for in that filth I could read nothing. The oracle was clogged with fat and decay. And then it was revealed. I understood that you, King Crayon, have decreed this filth that chokes our altars. The blood and flesh that decays and stinks there is the blood and flesh vomited from the gullets of dogs and carrion crows, the blood of Polynices, the flesh of the unluckiest sons of Oedipus, still unburied and affronting more than our sense of smell.
gods themselves are disgusted.
They reject our prayers and sacrifices. And how could they do otherwise? How can the birds sing anything but horrors, blown out with this banquet of human blood, clogged and stinking, till their very beaks drip with it?
So they turned to me, Teiresias, the canting prophet, serving generations of the city of Thebes, of Cadmus, of Laius, of Oedipus and Creon. Inside the palace, the rulers quarrel like boys, while the city dies all around them, inhabitants left in anguish. Rumors were spread in the palace, unfounded suspicions, and then the anger that follows unjust accusations. And yes, they turn to me, Teiresias, the blind seer, famed for his bird talk and prophecy. For mine is a terrifying gift, and I should have stayed at home.
I was summoned to the palace to speak with King Creon. I knew no good would come of it. I knew that he could not listen, would not believe the truth if he heard it. Such is the arrogance of man, and yet he must be told. So I spoke to Creon, carefully. Rulers do not like to hear the truth unless it suits. My son, listen to me. Any man can make a mistake or commit a crime. The man who can recognize what he has done, see that he was mistaken or morally wrong, admit it and put it right, that man proves it is never too late to become wise, and no one will condemn him. But if he compounds his stupidity with stubbornness and an obstinate refusal to face the facts, he is nothing but a fool. Is there anyone more stupid than the stupid man who cannot see his own stupidity? Polynices is dead. Don't revenge yourself on his remains. You can kill a man once and once only. Is there any glory to be gained by defeating a corpse? This is good advice, my son, sincerely offered by someone who wishes you well. Take it. Take my advice.
He said, of course, my words were false and worthless. He angered me with baseless accusations. I spelled out simply the tragedies ahead, and left him with the truth he would not hear. You know yourselves what happened, and I see history repeated as I always knew it would be. Most rulers think they shape the world anew. Most rulers foul the paths that others trod, as asses tread the weary mill-wheel circles. We seem condemned to those who cannot see. There is plague in this city, and you lie about the numbers, and you think that we won't notice, but we do. And then you turn to me, Teiresias the prophet, for you know that I can see what you will not. And I can only say that the blame lies with the king, and the cause is greed and anger, though I know you will not listen. And you will blame me for the words that I must utter. But the cause lies with the rich, not the poor.